Chosen generation with a call for a show is excellent. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation with a call for a show is excellent. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power. I'm working miracles. I live a life of faith. I'm working in power. I'm working miracles. I live a life of faith. For I know who I am. Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to our last week of Dsap 34. Isn't it amazing that we are in the last week? I'm excited at what is already happening. I am excited at some of the finished works of some of you. I am so glad this morning to welcome each and every one of you to the first day of this new week. And I hope you are all getting ready for your graduation. It's not very far, it's just next week. Amazing. I will want us to start quite early today so that we will be able to complete what we have today. We have quite a lot to share. So please, I need your rapt attention and I need you to take notes.
I wake up with a smile each day. Positive for my mindset, oh no. Put this smile on somebody's face in my own little way. And I go there for you, my brother. No need to feel alone. Go there for one another. But this is journey where we did. You know, say I'll be here for you. And I go there for you, my sister. You no need to shake. We go there for one another. For this journey where we did. I go there for you. You go there for me too. When you grow, I grow. When you grow, I grow. Nothing go hold us down.
We are a family, always there for one another. Join us. D-Star, raising role models.
Welcome once again to Business Management Skills Training. Today is our day 8, and it is amazing how wonderful the school days have come, and they're almost gone. After today, just have 2 more days to go. It's my pleasure, it gives me a great pleasure. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome each and every one of us today. We shall be looking at something very, very interesting. A couple of I am a mentor to several startup entrepreneurs, and this is one area that they've had one of their greatest challenges. I would want us to just come. Let's move on to the new class as I quickly share my screen. There we shall be looking at how to understand the basic business pricing strategy. You know, a lot of people ask me, a lot of young startup entrepreneurs who I mentor at different fora, they often ask me, how do I fix the price of my product or service? I have written a couple of these on my blog page, particularly for those who are charging for services. Okay, but today we shall look at the strategies. It's very important that you have to understand. But before we step out, I always tell people, price fixing is primarily a decision. You must understand it is a decision above all things. The strategies, each of them represent nothing but decision. Okay, so what is a pricing strategy? It's simply a model or a method used to establish the best price for a product or a service. Okay, fixing price for a product or service is called pricing strategy. It helps businesses to fix prices in order to maximize profit and shareholders' value, without missing the key point of the customers and the market demands. So why it's a decision that business owners make on how to fix prices, they not just because of how they want it or what they want, or because it is their own decision. It is also very important because they have to consider the customers and the market demands. Okay, so today we'll be looking at only 8 of those strategies. There are so many of them. And sometimes I'm going to use a strategy that some books, okay, or some authors have broken into 2, just like we understood in our 4 Ps. We'll be looking at 8 key strategies, okay, for price fixing or pricing strategies, okay, for your business. I want you to take pay good attention as we go through each and every one of them. Some of them might not be applicable to you in the immediate, but it's also very important you know sometimes when any of them is being applied against your business, any of your competitors is applying that. Okay, what is the first one? The first pricing strategy we'll consider today is premium pricing. What is premium pricing? Okay, I told you it's a decision. Okay, premium pricing is simply prestige pricing. It is the practice of keeping the price of one of the product or all your product or services artificially high in order to encourage favorable perception amongst buyers. It is called prestige pricing. It is based solely on the price. You must understand, premium pricing has no basis for it except decision. I want my product to be seen as top quality. I want my brand to be seen as top brand. Or sometimes this kind of pricing, actually, it's usually applied by an organization that have built a good brand. Okay, you can set your price at any amount, and people who have known you for good quality in some of your previous products will not mind investing their money in this new one, because they believe if you have done 2-3 products that are of top quality, this one will be top quality. Take for instance, even where the price of that product should be 500 naira, you can choose to sell it 5,000. You find them in most high brand hotel management organizations. Okay, I know usually over here a can of Coke drink, okay, here outside goes for about 100 naira. Where we are, I'm in Lagos in Nigeria, but there are hotels you will go in, that same can of Coke, it is sold for between 1,500 and 2,500. Okay, so when the rich, the mighty, the captains of industry, okay, the money bags, when they go into that place, something gives them a sensing that this Coke is different because it is sold in this place. So you can fix premium pricing for your product if also your product is maybe entirely new, you don't have competition yet, or it has it doesn't have alternative at the moment. Okay, that is how you can. And there's something good about this. When we say it's premium, you must understand too, you must go with top quality. You cannot do a low quality product and just fix a premium price on it. You will be abandoned. So when your quality is high, you can charge far above even the price of contemporaries of this competitors who produce the same product. You can charge higher than they do. All right. The second one is called pricing for market penetration. Sometimes your pricing, like I said, is a decision. Your product, let's just say you make a loaves of bread, okay, and different sizes. The medium size bread, for instance, is sold for 300 naira. But you just chose to sell yours for 250. You are new in the market. Nobody knows you. So you are trying to get attention of the people. People said it is cheap, slightly by that price. Mind you, such penetration strategy is usually most effective in the middle and lower market. We have learned that in the top market, the top segment of the market, sometimes the cheaper, the more inferior. The cheaper, the more it is perceived as more inferior. All right. So penetration strategy is just where you initially lower the price. It's a temporary thing. You lower it to gain attention of people who are price sensitive. The moment people pursue those products and begin to buy into them, you gradually jack up the price until it catches up with the market price. Okay. So, but the caveat in using this kind of strategy is that if it is supposed to be a high volume pricing strategy as well, high volume, the intention is to drive volume, to drive higher sales. So the higher the sales, discover that you make your profit, you gain back what you think you're losing, the 15 naira you think you're losing, you might gain them on turnover. All right, so but if you lower your price and you did not drive enough market, you didn't drive the market well, and turnover is not high, you might end up running at a loss, particularly if your product is a perishable good. So when you are going to apply penetration strategy, make sure you have crunched your numbers very well. You understand your market, you understand the size of the market in particular. There is no need, you cannot stretch a market beyond the size. If your market, for instance, I can only buy 1,000 loaves of bread, and there are already 100 people, 100 other bakers baking, there is nothing you're going to do that will make you gain a major chunk of the market in the first sale. All right, so we must be very careful also how we apply this. But it's very good for you who is not known, particularly for the startups. Okay, even when your quality is top, you sell a little bit lower. When people buy your product that is top quality, they'll begin now to cast aspersion at other products that are of lower quality and at higher price. It's very likely here it will help you to gain the word of mouth publicity. They will tell somebody, and will tell somebody and tell another person that there is a super high quality product at a cheaper price. So it is very good that you start that. Please understand this strategy so that we don't confuse it with others. This is a temporary setting. That decision is made for a short time. When you gain the confidence of the people, you will gradually jack up the price until it meets the ruling market price. The third is called cost plus margin pricing. This is one of the most simple pricing strategy there is. Okay, It simply means that you get your total cost per unit product. You know, we've done that before. We've taught us that under, I think it's under bookkeeping. For you to know the cost, total cost per unit of your product, you add up all the costs and divide it by the number of the units you have produced. So you said, if for instance, the total cost of producing these sausages, this what do we call it now? The bread and the butter and the sausage, you know, everything packed together. You can see how they are. If you put on the costs, they are just 100 naira. You can now decide that my profit will be a 50% markup, or margin rather. Okay, margin and markup depending on from what point you're measuring. We're not going into that here because, well, like I said, we are just talking on basic. We're using only basic terminologies. Okay, margin here is just what you add as your profit, something above your cost price. That is what belongs to you to keep as a business owner. Okay, so 50% of 100 naira is 50 naira. So you now, with that, you're able to establish your selling price at 150 naira. Cost plus margin. Cost plus margin. This is one of the most simple price business pricing strategy that there is. Get your total cost per unit and add something on it. So your price plus your cost plus that thing you added on it forms your selling price. Or you say your cost plus your profit is what costs your selling price. Okay, so you know you can also reverse it. Your sales minus your cost will give you your margin. Okay, so these are simple arithmetic that you must learn to do as a business owner. So cost plus margin pricing is just cost plus the margin. That margin is also a decision. There is the fact that people, though it's always good to find out what is the ruling margin in your market, what is the ruling price in your market, because if your margin is too high, if your margin puts your selling price outside your market, it might affect your sales, unless you are trying to say you are applying premium sale pricing strategy. Otherwise, I will tell you, before you fix your margin, make sure you have an idea of the ruling price of that product of that size in that market. All right, the fourth pricing strategy is called economy pricing. Economy pricing is just very simple. It's a strategy that makes you from the word go from ab initio that your product will be cheap. People who target business that target such pricing or apply such pricing strategy are usually those businesses that cater for the people at the lower end of the market. You will find that most of the time these products are of lower quality. They will usually not be of top quality. Okay, there's a South African company in Nigeria. It's called PEP. Okay, they sell a lot of things, that a lot of children items, wares, toys, and stuff like that. If you enter their shop, you will find out you will be sure to buy at least something for your children. Okay, but then you must expect that they shouldn't be as top quality as most of the things you have gotten elsewhere. The essence is to be able to meet the needs of the teeming poor people in the society. All right, so if your target is the lower market, this might be a good strategy to apply. One thing about this also is that what the underlying principle is also to be volume driven. It has to be a high turnover business because your profit is made on turnover and not necessarily per product. Strategy number 5 is called price skimming. Price skimming, this involves setting a product price high during the introductory phase. Please mind you, this is not premium pricing. They said this one is set, okay? It's set high during the introductory part. So it's set high for a season. The company will now lower the price gradually as competitors' goods appear in the market. You find this strategy very much applied by most of the technology companies. Okay, like take most of the phone producing companies. All right, you find out like iPhone, Samsung, and the rest of that. You know, once their product come out, the prices are set high. iPhone 7, just iPhone 9, iPhone 10 just came out. They can sell it for as high as like 600,000 naira. And then just 6-7 months down the line, with 110,000 or even less than 100, you can buy the same phone. You're wondering what happened? Why the crash in price? Is a pricing strategy that's called skimming. The essence of it actually is that it gives them the power to maximize the profit, their profit as first mover, taking the first mover advantage. Okay, there's first mover advantages that they must draw from before your product is replicated, before your type of product is replicated in the market. Because if you see competitors, it's usually once you come out first with a product, they buy that product from you, dismantle it and build it and add something to that. And in a short while, they are out with it. So whether you like it or not, that's what they said. If you enjoy no competition, it's only for a short while. Competition will always come. They will always come. So this strategy, we said, enables you to maximize sales volume or profit before competition catches up with you in the market. Okay, number 6 is called predatory pricing strategy. You know, in a local parlance, they say this one is dog chop dog pricing strategy. This is where those companies with mega weights, when a younger company is coming up and they see that you're coming up strong, you have something that could rattle their business, or they observe that customers are drifting to you, they will crash their price beyond which they know that you might not go lower. The essence actually is to drive out of the market. Is to drive you out of the market. Why not everybody will be able to apply this, but if you're not careful, this could be applied to you. Like I said at the beginning, it's good to understand this strategy so that you will know when, if you're not the one applying it, you will know when it is being applied against you. If you stay there, you'll be eating for lunch. Your business will be eating for lunch. This is also very common where a merger and takeover is intended. They crash the price and then they approach you, okay, to sell your business to them because they see that your business is dying. It gives them a stronger negotiating ability. Even though they sustain losses, they term those losses as part of the cost of doing business. So it's either you are swallowed or you're chased away. So that's how predatory pricing pricing organizations, that's how they apply it. That's one experience they used to talk about in our nation. There's a product you cannot import to the market. If you import it, those guys who are the landlords of that business will flood the market with their own product at lower prices, and then your product will remain unpurchased. They will eventually offer you a price lower than what you would have sold it and buy from you and recover and cut down their costs, their losses from there. So predatory pricing strategy is only applied when you want to chase some guys out of the market. Okay, number 7 is psychology pricing. I'm sure you understand that. This is a pricing strategy that appeals to the emotion of the people. It's a psychological fine-tuning of the minds of the people. All right, you influence people psychologically. It's amazing. People say there's a difference between 599.99 kobo and 600 naira. You know, many times I ask them, have you ever gone to anywhere and they give you half a naira? They give you half a naira, 0.1 naira. It's never given anywhere. Though when you buy electronically and you pay with your card, yes, it might count 0.1 naira, 0.01 naira. What is that? It's not a change. But honestly, people have made decisions based on that. They said this price is lower than 600 naira. Yes, it is common. So sometimes they've done it to you. So sometimes you also can do it to customers. All right. When they say your price is high, it's okay. I will sell it. I'll remove a 0.01 naira from you, 0.01 kobo. Of course, you have removed nothing because that money, nobody gets it as change from you. So technically, you're selling at 600 naira. Okay. And then finally, the last but not the least, it's called bundle pricing. Bundle pricing, is one that we are also very common with. This is usually used during, this is more commonly used during sales promotions. Okay. And it is very common when a particular product, what is the bundle, actually, what is bundle pricing? Bundle pricing, it's applied when a company, okay, sells a package of a set of goods or services for a lower price than they would have charged if the customers were to buy them individually. Take, for instance, you have 6 items, each of them selling for, say, 5 items, 5 of your product. Each of them sells for 100 naira ordinarily. That means for you to bring them together, the bundle should be like 500 naira. But now you might choose to sell it for 450, 450 naira. Somebody will ask, why will somebody do that? Yes, go and check. Usually when one product is not moving and is beginning to constitute some inventory challenge for them, is beginning to constitute some inventory costs for them, or they are afraid of that product running into serious obsolescence, okay, it is going to become a problem in the next maybe 2-3 months. Some of the products have expiry date. They will add them. They drop the price a little bit, but they will add them to other fast-moving products. All right. You find out also where some other way they can do it. They said when you buy 4 of this product, they will give you one that is not selling much for free, or they will add 3 fast-moving products and that one that is not moving well for 450, and ask you if you can buy, or you can. That when you buy that 4, they will give you one other fast-moving one that would have been 100 naira. So instead of 500 naira, you have paid 450. They've only given you a discount of 50 naira. So that you use bundle pricing to sell off stocks that are not moving, are not moving the market. Okay, the market is not buying. When I don't know, for most of us, I don't know about other countries, okay, but in Nigeria, because funny enough, sometimes outside Nigeria, I prefer Sprite. I don't understand it, but here in Nigeria, I would rather prefer Coke if I must drink that. So I understand that those who sell Coke, who sell Nigerian bottling company products, okay, Coca-Cola is a brand name, okay, product. They usually don't sell much of Sprite. So usually you find them, they use that bundle. They say if you buy 2 Coke, if you want to buy 5, it has to be 2 Coke, 2 Fanta, and then one Sprite. You are forced technically to buy what is not selling, what you ordinarily would not have wanted to buy. But at the same time, they save their losses. They cut their losses, okay, by clearing the space. Okay, clearing those products that are becoming inventory problem to them now. So you too can apply such a thing. If you have a product that is not moving, you can find a way of reducing the price a little bit, but then bundle it with other products that are fast moving in the market. And then you are able to sell and cut your losses from that obsolete product, and or about to turn into obsolete product, and or even sometimes it might not be obsolete, but it's just like it's not moving the market. Marketing just accept it. We have also seen a situation where after people started buying those bundles, they will start discovering the beauty of that product that was not moving the market, and then the market trend can be reversed by so doing. So if you can can we just recap? So what are the pricing strategy we have said today? 8 of them. You said the first one is what? I want to hear you. I'm just joking. I know I can't hear you, but I know you can hear me. All right. I will just go back so that we will just look at them one by one again as we round up. Okay, they said the first pricing strategy is premium pricing strategy. That is the one that is called, it's called the buyer's market as well. Why? Because it lasts long. The buyers are the one, you are selling high because buyers want it. It's called buyer's market. It's not seller's market. Buyers are the one who dictate the tone. If you bring it down, the buyers move away. All right, premium pricing first. Second, it's market penetration, a little lowering of a price for a season, okay, for you to be able to sell, okay, be known, be introduced to the market. After you know in the market, you jack up the price gradually until it catches up with the ruling price of the market. The third is cost plus margin. You get your total costs. The danger here as well too is that you must get your numbers right. If you get your cost wrong, you might think that your margin is 50%. Maybe it might just be far lower than that. So you must make sure that all your costs are factored in if you must use this strategy, cost plus margin strategy. So the fourth one we said is economy pricing. This is cheap. You plan to sell cheap, and we say the caveat there is usually they are lower quality. Okay, it's your strategy, you just sell cheap. You know, I gave us an example of pepper, that a product I sell in Nigeria, or Walmart, okay, and several other ones, popular names in UK. All right, they just sell cheap product. Everybody knows that no matter how small amount of money you hold, you'll be able to get in there and buy something. The fifth one is price skimming, and we say this price skimming is simply you setting the price high because your product is in the introductory stage. You want to make all the money you can make now before competition will catch up with you. And usually once competition comes at that cost, they are entering at their high cost, but then you just crash up your market price and keep your customers there. That's very common in with most of the telecom companies, those particularly phone handset, and companies. We said the sixth one is predictory pricing. This is where you want to chase competition out of the market. You use price war. You crash your price to the point that the competition will either be forced out of the market or they be forced to sell to you or be available for you to acquire them. The seventh is psychology pricing. That one, just remove a small amount, insignificant amount of money from the price. Say 5,999, 599.99, okay, or 599, okay, as against 600. And customers will say this is a cheaper price. It's only a play on their psychology, on the emotion, okay, that this is cheaper. This man is more considerate. This company is more considerate. Indeed, you are. And then the last but not the least, is bundle pricing, where you gather a couple of your products and sell them slightly lower than what you would have sold them if customers were to buy them individually. So that is the 8 different way you can set your pricing of your product or your service for today. All right. With that, I'll say thank you and see you in class.
I wake up with a smile each day. Positive for my mindset, oh no. Put this smile on somebody's face in my own little way. And I go there for you, my brother. No need to feel alone. Go there for one another. But this is journey where we day. You know, say I'll be here for you. And I go dead there for you, my sister. You no need to shake. We go dead there for one another. For this journey where we did, I go there for you. You go there for me too. When you grow, I grow. When you grow, I grow. Nothing go hold us down, down, down.
We are a family, always there for one another. Join us. D-Star, raising role models.
Thank you so very much. I hope we had a swell time together today. Please, before we run into the classes, I want to make a very important announcement. Please, from tomorrow, something very important will be expected of all the students. So I am addressing all our leaders in classes. You know, when we run this program, we have one thing at the back of our mind, that we are never at our perfect state. Perfection is a journey, and we are ever willing to pursue such a journey. So the only way we improve this program is when you help us to evaluate what we do. So tomorrow we'll be sharing links in each class platform. So please make sure that you go to click on those links and give us an evaluation. Evaluate our program, evaluate our PMAs in our classes, who are our administrative managers, and our faculty, who are our facilitators. We want you to give us the best opinion, the best candid opinion, okay, the best truthful opinion. All right, tell us the things we are doing right, and tell us the things that we can improve on. We'll be very glad to ensure that, say, 35 will be far better than this. All right, so please, usually many students, some of our students in the past forget to do this until we begin to apply some pressure. But please, we don't want to apply. We started this diet with application of pressure. We are softening up, and we want to end up with more cushioned kind of program ending activities. We want it to be great fun. Okay, so the second one there is that, like we have said, your graduation is next week. A couple of you have indicated to be presenters. All right, so we expect you. I understand they're trying to reach you to get your contacts, and many of you are not responding. Maybe your governors have not posted the information on your platform. Please, if you submitted your name as one of those to make one presentation or the other on your graduation day, please reach out to your governor or your deputy governor immediately, because your contact is needed. It's needed before the close of today. A meeting and auditioning was supposed to happen today, but since we have not yet finalized, maybe that auditioning will be moved to tomorrow. All right, but so it's very important that we do all to cooperate with our officials. Thank you so very much. I hope that is the best we have now. Head of admin, do we have something new to share? Is there any other announcement we need to make? Folakemi, are you there? Any other additional announcement? No, okay. Thank you so very much. It's all right. Okay, then I will. I'll see you guys in class. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and God bless.